well, give me that in Exodus 11:7, please. I'm gonna show you this. Although they were all black, there was a difference.
Exodus 11, verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue, against man or beast. They may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
God made a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. The Egyptians were black, the Israelites were black. One black nation had another black nation in slavery. Okay, God delivered us from there. Okay, when you speed up historically, during the sub-Saharan slave trade, many of those Arabs are dark skinned. A lot of them were dark. They made contracts with the Hamitic nations, that's there, the Philistines, Jebusites, to sell the children of Israel, because we fled deeper into Africa. The Dahomey Empire, we went amongst them. They got a movie out, The Woman King.
Woman King, yeah.
The Dahomey Empire, when you look at that, was an empire of black Jews, okay? But many of their kings and queens were Nilotic or Hamitic, okay, throughout Africa. The Ashanti, the majority of them were Jews.
And the men Burning House, right?
Yes.
For the tribe name?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Many of the leaders there were Nilotic, and they made contracts and agreements with Arabs and with Caucasians to sell the children of Israel. There's many books on it, but you got to get the old books from the 1800s, 1700s, and they're out there, and I got them. Okay, that tells you that's who sold us into slavery. And that's what a lot of black people and Caucasians even, they try to hide that fact. They know it. Caucasians know it, but black people sold black people. And guess what? There's two different kinds of slavery. You got chattel slavery and you got indentured servitude.
Yes, sir.
When you read, like in America, black people owning black people, that was indentured servitude. People go, well, Chinese was slaves too. That was indentured servitude, meaning a limited time to work off for your freedom. Okay, they to come from China, or the East Indians came here. They had to pay back the price of the the boat trip. So they had to work for a couple of years
on the railroads.
And then they got set free. That wasn't our case. We was 400 years of slavery from 1441 on up. That's right. We was in slavery from 1441 till on up. Pope Nicholas V wrote a papal bull to enslave the children of Israel. Look it up.
It was good business, right?
That's right. Good business to enslave us. Okay, that's what happened to us. Chattel slavery, not indentured servitude.
Yes, sir. That's excellent. Economics. Again, right now, everybody's talking about business, but how are our people, if you will, are supposed to practice good business according to the scriptures?
Ooh, hey, give me that in Ecclesiastes about money as a defense. That's the one I want. Now, and you also know what I want? I want 1 Peter 2:18 first. Watch this.
2 Peter chapter 2, verse 18.
Watch this.
For when they speak great swelling words of vanity.
Now, this is about brothers and sisters that speak great swelling words of vanity.
They allure through the lusts of the flesh, through much wantonness,
through much lust.
Those that were clean escaped from them who live in error.
So what I want to highlight, God said in the last days, there would be people speaking great words, great swelling words of vanity. Goes back to economics. You might ask, what does that got to do with economics? You have, and I won't name any names, but you have people who their agenda is economics. And you saw what just happened with Jay Morrison.
Right.
And I ask brothers and sisters, like when I go to different podcasts, Black Wall Street, great economics, right? Rosewood, great economics, right? What happened?
It was destroyed.
They got destroyed. You think these white folks is going to allow us to come together? This is why T.D. Jakes, he's rich. Oprah's, they ain't going,
certain ones are just rich.
Certain ones, Tyler Perry's.
Yeah.
And let's say the rest of us come together, put our money together. History repeats itself. They're not going to allow us to be self-sufficient here in America. It's going to same thing they did to Rosewood, they're going to do again. Same thing they did to Black Wall Street, they're going to do again. What's the ones that
Auburn Avenue? It's right here. Auburn Avenue.
Auburn Avenue. What's the one that got Lake Lanier?
Yes, sir. That was Oscarville.
Yeah, Oscarville.
Lake Lanier now.
This is what they do.
Yeah.
This is what I tell our people. This is not our rest here. We are not meant to become rich and famous here. Our job, when we get money, gather our people, teach them the truth, because destruction is coming. Our people keep trusting this white man. These liberals that say, oh yeah, you're going to You get rich, make your black communities. Oh, okay. This is why you got black communities here. But they're not for the bulk of the people. They're for self. That's all they're for, themselves. And we got scripture in Ecclesiastes?
Ecclesiastes 7 verse 12. For wisdom is a defense.
Wisdom is a defense.
And money is a defense.
And money is a defense. A defense from what? A defense from poverty. And that's we teach that. Money is a defense from poverty. Read on.
But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
When you have wisdom, you're going to do what God says to do. Gather your people, teach your sons and daughters, build in them their minds so that they will become excellent men, excellent women, have excellent and strong families, because that's how a nation gets formed. A strong family equals a strong nation. Baby daddies and baby mamas that's not a nation. That's dysfunction. That's disgusting. God hates that. But this is what black society is, a race of degenerates. I'm sorry, but I got to say it. We must come back to what this book says, what this Bible says, and build strong family values according to God's laws. The money we come together with, help one another, and go out and gather the lost sheep of Israel. That's what we are commanded to do.
Bishop, again, thank you. Pulling up a second time. We appreciate that.
I'm glad to be here.
Hey, always. Very last question. What is next for our people, IUIC as well, and with the schools too?
The next thing, we are getting a school in India. Why India? Because our people are slaves over there. Right. Look them up, CDs. Look them up. I know some of you don't give a daggone, but God cares, and we care too. We got to go out and do for them. They got to learn who they are. Okay, learn the truth. What's going on next? Listen what I'm about to say.
For sure.
We were in Ghana, and the people were complaining about UNICEF. United Nations Emergency Children's Fund. They are adopting and raping black children.
I've heard of that. Yes. Yeah.
The United Nations is trying to decriminalize pedophilia. Look it up. I'm not lying. They are decriminalizing pedophilia. The LGBTQRSTUV community, they say they stand for all kinds of sexuality. Where's the H for heterosexual in that? There's no H. They do not stand for heterosexual. They stand for dysfunction, matriarchy, not patriarchy, but matriarchy, where the woman's the head, which goes degeneracy. So back to UNICEF. They are raping our children, stealing our children in Haiti, Ghana, Liberia. This is what and I've heard about it from the locals. The media don't talk about this. You got the Boulets who are part of this. I won't say no now. I'm talking about black people. Some of you rich ones are instrumental with your Jeffrey Epstein buying of Maui with the fires. The fires didn't touch none of the rich. I ain't gonna say your names, but you know who you is. The fire ain't touched your house, but it got all the locals' house. Now you say, oh, I want to buy all your land from you. Why? So you can create another island of Jeffrey Epstein's out there. It's evil, and the Lord's going to judge you. Listen good. Sister, you know who I'm talking to you, sister. You know who you are. The Lord's going to judge you for that evil you're doing. But yeah, that's what's going on.
Bishop, I lied. I got to ask you one more thing now.
Yes.
Hawaii, right? Seeing fire. I was already thinking about the scriptures. I thought about you, of course. Where is that in the scriptures where we have fires occurring on this land here in America
when you
in our captivity?
I believe it's Revelation 16:9, if I'm not mistaken. I know there's one in Isaiah 26.
Yeah.
But let me look at Revelation 16:9. Read that for me, Cat, real quick.
Revelation chapter 16, verse 9. And men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of God, which hath power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory.
So there's great heat. The great heat is the fire. Okay. And it says they repented not. People are not going to repent. Okay. Isaiah 26 now. So that's New Testament. Now we go to the Old Testament.
Isaiah chapter 28.
Or 29.
26. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 6.
Yes, that's it.
Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire.
And the flame of devouring fire. So the fires are prophesied to come in the earth. Okay. we just gotta, we see the writing on the wall. It's you, brothers and sisters, who are asleep. And when you get caught out there, you go into your stupid pastor, why is this happening? He has no answers except God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. Stop it, pastor. Oh, you know what? We just did a convention. I'm sorry. We did a convention and brother Hezekiah Walker was there.
Oh, wow.
And brother the whining, which Marvin?
Marvin?
The older one. The older one.
It's not Marvin, is it?
Is it Marvin?
I think it's Marvin.
I think it's Marvin. He's the older one. You know, they tried to mock us, not face to face, but in there,
inside
the convention. Yeah, because we watched the video.
Yeah,
we left him alone. We was very cordial with them. Shalom, brother. How you doing? He go in and mock us. We said, okay,
it's a threat.
The last laugh is going to be on you ministers. Okay. Now we could have went in on Hezekiah. When you look him up, you see a lot of stuff on him. Why he got divorced with the DL on the download, but we don't do that. We say, listen, brother, we here for you. We want to share the scriptures. We're Israelites. We started something called a church blitz, where we visit churches, sit down with the ministers, and go through the scriptures. Now, if the ministers curse us out, then we go on the street and we get down and rugged with them. We're gonna stand outside your church and let you have it. Marvin Winans, we were asked to speak with him. He mocked us. Now we're gonna have to pay you a visit, bro. We got to pay you.
You got to spin the block.
We try to sit down like men, like this. But you want to make fun? Okay. All right.
Nah.
And we love you, though. We do love you.
Hey, all out of love. Bishop, listen, man. We appreciate you greatly.
I'm sorry.
Talk to me.
Hey, you know, with the 10% of the tithes that these churches collect, there should be no poor sections in Atlanta.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Hey, it's too much money here.
Too much money.
Too much money circulating.
There should be no crackheads, no homelessness people.
Yeah.
With the 10, even, I'm gonna give you a story, true story. I worked security at a store on Delancey Street for about 7 years. A Jewish man walks in and he asked for the owner, and the owner's name was Ike Escava. He said, is Ike Escava here? I said, no, but his younger brother, David, is here. True story. I said, yo, David. I said, he want to speak with you. So he calls him over, Jewish people. He walks over. Now, I can't hear what they're saying, but I see the Jewish man fall on his knees and kiss his hand. So I'm just watching. I'm just watching. So when he's walking out now, I said, bro, let me ask you a question. He says, yeah. I said, what was all that about? So you're crying. He says, you don't know who the Escava family is? I said, they own this store. He says, no. He said, this whole community on Delancey Street, he got all the store owners, Jewish, to put 10% of their monthly, just 10% a month, not the whole thing, but out of their monthly earnings, 10% into a bank account.
Wow.
And with that bank account, they bought homes for Jewish people to fly from Israel to America. I was like, really? He said, just 10%. Whether they do it weekly or monthly, they put that 10% of that gross making together in a bank. And I'm like, and I'm thinking about the churches. I'm like,
it's exactly 10%.
Yeah. I'm like, 10%. I said, okay.
Yeah.
But that shows you how to, and the Chinese people do it too.
For sure.
That's what the Chinese stores is all about.
You got Chinatown, things like that. Yeah.
Every city got a Chinatown. Black people, we're the only ones who can't freaking get it together. Brother Jay, Tom Boyce Watkins, come on now. Come on, stop. It hurts me.
Yeah, and I'm praying for him.
Do that. Yeah. I'm like, yo, stop. Because I'll be watching, I'll be hoping and praying, but I'm like, oh, we suck again. The hell is this? I'm like, come on.
Not forever, though.
Now, I would love to do it,
yeah,
but there's no one like-minded, because we all have to be in the same accord.
For sure.
Because I know sisters say they want to help and all of that, that's fine. But there cannot be the mentality of whoremongering, drug selling. That got to stop. I want God to bless what we do.
Yeah.
Okay, brothers too. Say, hey, you know, like, I can't say his name, but there was a drug dealer who wanted to give us money. I said, bro, keep your money.
It has to be right.
Got to be right. Because that's that money you earn killed a lot of people. That's blood money, you know? And we had to, at the last Israelite school, it fell apart because, stories. Another true story. True story. I got stories. The original ISUPK, the original with the 7 elders, Amalek, so-called Jewish people, came in with big money. When I say big money, I mean millions.
Wow.
And it caused a rift in the leadership. Masha said, no, he said, I'm not taking this money because this money, and sure enough, the leadership started to argue. We're going to take the money. We're going to do this with it. We're going to do this. They started fussing and fighting about money. That's when the God sent comforter came about. They opened up a record contract thing to make music, blah, 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 blah. Money was here, money was there. They traveled this and that, popping champagne bottles. The whole school fell apart. The original ISUPK, and I'm saying in a nutshell, I'm giving all the details, but it's because of that money gotten by ill means, okay? They brought in a new doctrine, and that's what caused the whole fallout, for lack of better words. And there's more details I could go into, but for sake of time, you got to know where the money's coming from. Because like foreign aid. You know, America gets foreign aid to Africa?
Right.
Whoever pays the piper plays the tune, meaning they control you. Okay, you got to be mindful of that. These churches, I don't know if I ever told a story about the churches.
I don't think so.
Here in Atlanta,